Which of the following does not represent the average rate of change of f of x equal to 1 over square root of x plus 3 on the interval 0 and h. So how I start is I figure out the average rate of change. Average rate of change on this interval of that function. Again, we write on the bottom, there's a difference of the interval, which is h minus 0. On top, plug in this endpoint in the function, then plug in 0 into that function, and clean it up a little bit, and you end up with h plus 3 minus 1 over square root of 3 over h. So apparently this is already given. That's one of them. And so this is, and we're looking for the one that doesn't represent, so that's okay. Then I noticed that conjugate has been used to basically simplify this expression or get rid of h. And a lot of times in Calc 1, we want to get rid of that h in the denominator of this, or the denominator of this fraction. And so basically the next step is before doing conjugate, can I make a common denominator? Common denominator on top would be square root of 3 times square root of h plus 3. So I can multiply both sides by top and bottom by square root of 3 for that one, and multiply both top and bottom by square root of h plus 3. And so I end up with square root of 3 minus square root of h plus 3 over square root of 3 times square root of h plus 3 over h. And now, now I can basically remember this is h over 1. Oh, by the way, let's go back here. That actually appears in there. So that is actually in the process. Now I can remember that h is just h over 1, so a fraction over fraction I don't like. I multiply the numerator by 1 over the denominator, so it gives me square root of 3 minus h plus 3 divided by square root of 3 square root of h plus 3 times h, because it's 1 over h multiplying, so h goes to the denominator. Now it's time to do the conjugate thing. Don't forget your parentheses, because I see that this term is disappearing in these two. And so square root of 3 plus square root of h plus 3, and then square root of 3 plus square root of h plus 3. Because if I'm multiplying the top, I have to multiply the bottom. By the property of conjugate, the top becomes 3 minus, notice this, parentheses h plus 3. And the denominator stays square root of 3, h plus 3 times h times square root of 3 plus square root of h plus 3. Now the numerator simplifies, this part simplifies to 3 minus h minus 3, which is minus h. And then the h and h simplify together. What is remaining as from minus h is minus 1. And then I go back and I realize that that is this one. So what is remaining? So what is remaining and didn't appear in the process is this one. So the answer is that.